While you were busy struggling to find 1,500 in order to buy just 1 liter of fuel last weekend, the APC members were also busy, but not looking for 1,500 just like you did. They were busy ironing their agbada and their outing uniform or their outing clothing for the just concluded APC convention in Abuja. If that wasn't enough, while you were busy calculating where your next meal, where you get your next money for transport to go to work, the APC members in Abuja were busy collecting 3,000 naira each. Some of the videos are online from individuals like MC Oluomo and other people. They were busy popping champagne. They were busy celebrating. This is why you were wondering where your next meal was going to come from. Welcome to Raginghotmic, the home of the uncomfortable truth. And today, we are not just talking. I'm bringing you receipts of a nation on the brink of collapse. Yes, we're tired of talking. I'm bringing you empirical evidence, reasons why for you to realize that our country, Nigeria, is on a steady slide downwards. It's on a constant race to the bottom. Good morning, good afternoon, and good evening to you wherever you're watching me from. If you're enjoying my podcast, smash the like button, follow or subscribe, share, and then drop your comments. I'm Chika and I'm your host for today. And I'm doing this for the Raging Radiance. We are told that the renewed hope agenda needed time. We are told to be patient. Nigerians were told that just like a pregnant woman who struggles while she's pregnant or during the labor room or during the time for labor, but all her labor is not in vain, or all her labor comes out with joy once she's delivered. That's what they told. They always compared Nigeria to a woman in labor. We are told that the renewed hope agenda needed at least some time. Now it is now more than 3 years. Yet, no hope. Things are getting worse. Today we compare the Nigeria of May 2023 and the Nigeria of March 2026. Yes, we compare the Nigeria pre-Bola Ahmed Tinubu's inauguration as the president of Nigeria and the Nigeria 3 years after he was inaugurated. Now let me tell you in advance, spoiler alert, the maths isn't matching and the suffering is no longer silent. At the end of this discussion, you all will realize how bad things have been. Now, let's go to the APC convention. How do you hold a convention to celebrate internal democracy when the streets have no external security? You are celebrating internal democracy of your party, of your political party. Yet, the society, the state, the country, the individuals, the citizens, even the animals, even the plants you are guarding, or you are guiding, or you are leading, have no external democracy. Both external and internal. Because when we say external, it's like the problem is coming from outside. Even within inside, there's no external security. There's just no security. In Nigeria, security is non-existent. In schools, in primary school, in secondary school, those kids don't even understand the meaning of security. They read it from the dictionary. They've never experienced it. For how many years now, we've never experienced security. All we experience on a daily basis is insecurity. So you are holding a convention. Yes, a political party are bound to hold a convention. But shame on you. When you are holding a convention celebrating your party, but the individuals, the plants, the animals, the society you are leading cannot boast of both external and internal security. What sort of political party are you? These politicians are discussing 2027 elections. Why 12 million Nigerian children are out of school in 2026? They are discussing 2027 election. The World Bank projects that more than 12 million Nigerians will be out of school in 2026. That is the highest in the whole world. The highest in the whole world. higher than Pakistan, higher than Syria, higher than Afghanistan, higher than any country in the world. We have the highest out of school children. Yet, the APC celebrating internal democracy. Internal democracy of out of school children. Is that their plans for us? Is that what they are planning for us? Rather, this convention is a victory parade over the ruins of the middle class. Yes. It's them celebrating destroying the middle. There's no middle class. Look at our Gini ratio. Just go and check the Gini ratio. The Gini ratio tells you the difference in the classes. How big the rich and the poor are. Ours is this way. There's no middle. It's either you're super rich or you're super poor. Now let me discuss with you the 4 areas I failed this government. Or I know, not failed. This government has failed us. Now let's go with the first one. On assuming office or an assumption of office, the first statement the president did was to eliminate fuel subsidy. Remember 185 naira for liter of fuel? Yes. Remember when we paid 185 naira for liter of fuel back then? It felt high then, and some of us even protested. Yes. Some of us protested. It felt so high for 185 back then. Now, that seems like forever. That period seems like forever. Now, at 1,500 naira, that is like close to 12 times of that. Or like 9 times that. 9 or 8 times. At 1,500 naira for the exact liter, the cost of moving people and food has strangled the economy. Yeah. When gas prices have increased. Now, let them deceive you. Don't just let them. The next thing they're going to tell you is there's Iran and US war. That's the next thing they'll tell you. But they did not tell you that. You know why they shouldn't tell you that? In US, yes, Nigeria is not the only country where fuel prices are high. In US, it's also high. But in US, Americans enjoy social benefits. There's Section 8, housing fund for people who cannot afford houses. There's senior living for people who worked and cannot pay part of their rent when they are old. The government steps in to pay for them. There's EBT cards or EBT cash payment, close to 400 naira or $400 for every child you have. Conditional cash transfer. I can go on and on. There's free medical insurance for every child whose parents cannot afford it before they turn 20, I think 21 or 18 years. So what are they telling us? Which one do Nigerians have? They don't have anyone. They keep telling you the foreign reserve. What the hell are you talking about? Who talks about foreign reserve? I don't understand these guys when they make this claim. They say this to people who don't understand economics. You can't do that with me. What do you mean by foreign? What has the man on the street got to do with foreign reserve? What's their business? And I ask you, you go to the likes of Netherlands, you go to the likes of Belgium, who are really developed countries. What is their foreign reserve? Are you going by foreign reserve? What has foreign reserve got to do with unemployment in the street? What has foreign reserve got to do with poverty level? What has foreign reserve got to do with human development index? Our human development index is dead. It's one of the worst. Life expectancies, worse. Education, worse. Talking about 12 million out of school children, you're telling me the foreign reserve. What has that got to do with the regular Nigerian on the streets? Talking about hunger, you're telling us about foreign reserve. How has it trickled down? I'm not telling you to give me to call big names for me or from economic paper or economic textbook. I'm telling you, what has that got to do with the man on the streets, the hawker on the streets, the homeless individual? What have you done for him? You're telling us foreign reserve, telling us the naira is now appreciating. Do Nigerians earn in dollars? If it's appreciating, let me give you an example. If the naira, and it's good the naira, but what was it before this government came into power? It was better. I think it was like 1,000 naira to $1. It went down to like close to 1,600. Now it's 1,350 or 1,400 for $1. But since that is appreciated, are the goods and services, have they reduced? Do you understand? So when the goods and services are reducing, then we are going to say yes, the naira is appreciated, but the goods and services are not reducing. So what has that? How has that helped the man on the street? He hasn't. When fuel subsidy was the only thing, Nigerians don't even have free health insurance. Fuel was the only thing the man on the streets enjoyed. Now you've taken that away from him. You've taken that away from him. What? Tell me one thing. Insecurity. The government provides security for you. They don't provide security for you. They decide which person they're going to pay. They pay ransom. They claim they don't pay any ransom. Then how do they release these guys? How do they release them? How? They talk to them on phone and they negotiate regarding the location, the individuals we attacked. The government doesn't protect you. The government doesn't pay subsidy for you, but the government taxes you. So what does the government do for you? Nothing. They only increase the foreign reserve, which you have no business with. What has that got to do with the man on the street? Now let me go to the next one. Poverty explosion. 87 million Nigerians were reported to be living in extreme poverty back in May 2023, before this government assumed office by the World Bank. Today the number is projected to rise to 139 million. That is a 60% increase since this administration took over, from 87 million to 139 million in the space of 3 years. 139 million Nigerians are projected to be living in extreme poverty. That is more than 60% of the population. Extreme. I didn't say poverty, I say extreme. From 87 to 130, and we are celebrating the internal democracy of the APC. Make it make sense. These guys should be ashamed of themselves. They should hide their face in shame. We are known as the headquarters of hunger. Yes. Mention out of school children. More than 12 million out of school children. More than 139 million Nigerians projected to be living extremely poor. A liter of fuel, that's moved from 87 million Nigerians living extremely poor to 139 million in the space of 3 years. A liter of fuel moving from 185 naira per liter to 1,500 naira per liter. Just one government. Their work is to demolish and destroy the society, destroy the country. When you're talking, you think the former government, the government of Muhammadu Buhari, was even better. This is race to the bottom. The both of them are competing for which one is worse. Because the late Muhammadu Buhari's government finished us, and we thought it was worse until this government came to power. You see the darkness. The national grid collapsed again in January, and we went from struggling with 4,500 megawatts to seeing it drop to a pathetic 24 megawatts. Yes, before May 2023, at least we are enjoying 4,500 megawatts a day. Now it has dropped to almost 24 megawatts. 24. That means we don't have electricity. Even the Aso Rock Villa have switched from electricity to solar. What does it tell you? When the presidency and the president switches to solar, the presidency switched to solar, what does that tell you and I? That we are dead. Do you understand? When a president, who is the chief servant of the country, who is the number one citizen, who leads by example, switches to solar, are you and I not dead on arrival? What do you expect us to do? Electricity generation enjoyed by the citizens have moved from 4,500 before May 2023 to now 24 megawatts. Is that something we should celebrate? We've brought investment home. FDI. We are bringing foreign investors. What is the unemployment rate? What is the GDP per capita? What is the GDP by purchasing power parity? PPP. What is it? You know, sometimes the GDP per capita can be deceptive. The purchasing power parity GDP can be deceptive. Now, what is the Human Development Index? What is it? What is the literacy rate? What is the life expectancy rate? Are we doing better? What is the cost of medical health in the country? These are indices where you check how a country is performing. Do you understand? What is the cost of living? Have any of these improved or have they improved? None. It's gotten worse. But they're telling us they've laid the foundation. Foundation of what? Foundation of failure? Is that what they're telling us? Now let's go to another one. Nigeria has the highest number of mortality rates in the world. Yes. The highest number of mortality rate in the world. 101, one of the highest numbers. 115 deaths per 1,000 beds. That's what we record. 115 deaths per 1,000 beds. That means 1.15 out of every 10 people. So when you count 10 people who gave birth today, 1.1 of those people witnessed child mortality rate. Oh, yes. So if 10 children we are giving birth at this, let's say 1 hour, we give birth to 10 children, 1.15 of those kids are going to die. That's one of the highest in the world. Our children are dying from preventable diseases because their parents can't afford the transport to hospital, let alone pay the bills. Yes. The parents don't have jobs. When they have jobs, they are looking at 70,000. What is a bag of rice? A bag of rice. A bag of rice went down to 70,000 and they were celebrating. Do you understand? So when the mother buys a bag of rice with 70,000, the money is finished. The children cannot get sick. Do you understand? Nigeria has the highest under 5 mortality rates in the world. That is from 5 years below. We have the highest in the world. The highest under 5 mortality rate in the world. Do you understand? That means any child, any child under 5 years, Nigeria is the worst country for them to ever exist. That means if they have a choice, the last place to exist for every child under 5 years is Nigeria. Out of all the countries in the world, the worst country to exist for a child under 5 years is Nigeria. Let that sink in. Let that sink in. The worst country, the worst state to exist for any child under 5 years is Nigeria. The highest mortality rate. 115 per 1,000 deaths for every child. And this is what we are celebrating. We are celebrating convention. Renewed hope. This is hard statistics, man. I'm giving you hard statistics. I'm not going by emotions. I'm giving you statistics. Go and research by yourself. Go and research. Yeah. I'm challenging them. Go and prove me wrong. Tell me I'm wrong. Giving you statistics. You're telling me the National Reserve is increasing. What has that got to do with natural? I'm a father. My kids cannot go to school. I withdraw them from school because I don't have the funds. Then when they ask me, why is my child not in school? I tell them things are hard. What are you doing to improve it? I'll tell them my bank account is growing. Do you understand? That's what it looks like. My bank account is growing. My kids are not in school. They're at home because I cannot afford it, but I'm growing my bank account. So how does that make sense? I'm bringing FDI. They went to UK and they brought loan, or they got a loan from the UK government. They claim it's investment. Do you understand? Investment how? That was a loan. No, you can't do that with people who understand economics. I'm going to break all these economic terms down for you. Simple. I'm going to break it down. Don't be deceived. There's no middle class. There's no middle class. Is it insecurity? Then we have to do better. In conclusion, the facts are clear. The APC had had this time, and the results are written in the empty stomachs of children and the empty tanks of our cars. The APC have had this time, and the facts are written in the empty stomachs of the children and the empty tanks of our cars. To my raging Nigerians, do not let them gaslight you into thinking that this is normal. Yeah. To my raging Nigerians, yeah. Don't let them make you think this is not normal. It can never be normal. We will never accept this. It can never ever be normal. This is not normal. It's not. Don't let them make you feel poverty is normal. No. Poverty is not normal. You have to speak up. You have to stand up for your rights. It cannot be normal. Share this. Let the world know what we are going through and the reality of the giant of Africa. This is Raginghotmic, and I'm out. Peace. Thanks.